Hi Owlies, my name is Rachel and I'm from Alabama and I'm Dandy Dalek on Ravelry. But I have been working on my beekeeper's quilt for about like 2.5 years now. I've kind of lost count, long time. And I'm almost done. I've got maybe 60 puffs left out of 750. So it's getting really serious. I'm going to be done soon and I don't know what I'm going to do with my life, but we're not worried about that. We'll find out. But anyway, for a long time I wanted to make a video about my puffin, like my little puff bag and everything, and share it and see if anyone would make a video sharing all their kind of puffing accoutrements. Yeah, so anyway, here we go. This is my puffing bag that I have taken literally everywhere with me for the last at least 2 years. I got it in a Tokmas swap. It was sent to me by a very nice Ally. It's my favorite thing I ever got in a swap and have literally carried it on my arm everywhere I've been for a long time. But you can see it's got little Doctor Who pictures on it. I love it. And so anyway, in the puffing bag, we've got needles, of course. I use the circulars. I don't like the double pointed. They are all like close together and you can't get in there. So I use the circulars. They're really long. I forget, 30" or something. Size 3 from Knit Picks with my needles. And I also have yarn, of course. I'm doing light colors right now to try and lighten up my blanket with it from Knit Picks. Yeah, most of my stuff comes from Knit Picks. And I have a little little stuffing bag because my puffs are super puffy. And I used to just let it float around in there and dig some out, but it got all caught in the zipper and stuff. So I started putting it in one of these little half sandwich bags, and I actually poke a hole in the bag so that it'll squish down without me having to get all the air out before I seal it. It just kind of saves time. So it's one little thing that I do. Let's see. Oh, I have both a tapestry needle and a little tiny hook, so I can either Kitchener or do the 3-needle bind off, just depending on my mood, how I feel that day. I've done Kitchener on nearly all of them, but then I thought, well, I should know how to do the one that's actually mentioned in the pattern, so I've done it for quite a few lately. It's been fun. It's been different. 650 puffs in, you need different every once in a while. Oh, and I also have, that I love, my little, I think they're Nori scissors. I don't remember, I got them at a little knitting convention. But it's a little cat, and you rip his little legs off. Oh, and they're a pair of scissors. I love them. When I first got them, they were really secure. They're not now, they just pop right off. But when they were really secure, I kept them on the outside of the bag, on the little handle, and then I could just pop them off and have scissors really quickly without having to dig around in the bag. And that was so convenient. So I'm definitely going to get some more. These have just gotten old. Next time I get to go to a knitting convention, we'll see when that is. And of course at the bottom is constantly a little litter of tails off of the puffs. And yeah, so that's my bag. Oh, and also, because I'm so close to done with my blanket, I've actually started sewing them together, which has been really nerve-wracking because I didn't know exactly how I wanted to go about it. But I've kind of got my system in place now, and you don't see a lot of stuff about how people actually sew them together because most of us are still puffing away and haven't actually gotten to the sewing yet. But so I thought I'd share what I am doing so far with my sewing them together. I don't want to just make the giant blanket because I don't really have anywhere to put it yet, so I'm still trying to keep it manageable where I can keep it stored in my closet. But basically I have 2 little shopping bags, and I keep one on one side and one on the other side, and oh, it was backwards, hold on. One on one side and one on the other side, and in the one on the side I've got just loose puffs. And a little bag, another little bag, that I keep the yarn that I am sewing them together with, and I'm just using a little plain white Knit Picks yarn to sew them together. And I've got a little tapestry needle in there too, and my puffs. And I just reach in, I try to be random, but I usually, if I don't like what I pick out, I'll just pick another one, but mostly randomly just pull out 2 puffs and start stitching them together. And I go until I have a flower. I call them my flowers. So I just make, there's 7 puffs in a flower. And so I'm just making flower after flower, and then I'm just going to go back and kind of stitch the flowers together. It's kind of the plan right now. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, I've got dozens and dozens of just flowers. And they definitely have, the way I'm doing it, I don't like just to tie them at the corners because I don't like the gaps in between the puffs. And so I'm sewing them completely closed, and it definitely gives them a front side and a back side. But I have little pictures on my puffs anyway, and they're all going to be on the front, so it's going to have a front side and a back side anyway. But so I just stitch completely around the edges of the puffs, and I definitely reinforce at the corners with a whip stitch or a couple of whip stitches just to make sure it's really secure. And you really, from the front, you can kind of, if you look, you can see the stitches, but when you look from a little ways away, they just disappear, and it's just puffs doing their puffing thing. So anyway, that's where I am right now. And so I just wanted to share and see if anyone would put another video up showing me their little puffy bags, or if you've started stitching together, how you're going about that. And so yeah, bye owlies.